the truck!
This time on Hellfire Heroes.
Is there anybody else inside the house right now?
On Vancouver Island, firefighters enter a death trap.
You hear that?
In Northern Alberta, a man is pinned inside his vehicle.
The potential for injury is just astronomical.
Dude, just stay there until the paramedics have a look at you.
And Jamie's crew goes all out on a mobile home fire.
Bank it off the peak of the roof.
We know it's going to be a big fire, it's going to be a problem, and we got to hit it fast and hard.
I love it!
In rural counties and small towns across Canada, a special breed of firefighters risk their lives to serve and protect the people who live and work here.
When it's game day, it's on until the last person is safe.
We'll get you out of here in just a moment.
Our fire crews put their lives on the line every day.
In British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, firefighters are the last line of defense and everyday heroes.
It's all about honor, courage, dedication. Serve something greater than yourself.
"250 kilometers north of Edmonton, the town of Slave Lake, Alberta, is a gateway to the vast resources of the province. Oil, gas, and forestry are the major industries here, and that means a lot of trucks are on the roads.
Slave Lake Hall 1, reporting a log truck, Kenworth, on fire. Unsure if there's any occupants at this time.
So when a call for a truck fire comes in, the first question on everyone's mind is the trucker asleep in the cab?
She's rolling right now.
22-year-old Lieutenant Ryan Coots is the chief's son and first on scene.
Big ball of flame right in the whole cab of the truck. It's a fully involved cab, so we want to make sure that no one's inside.
Ryan is the duty officer tonight, and that means he's calling the shots, but only when his crew arrives.
When you're the duty officer, you got all the weight of the world on your shoulders, but you're not doing any physical thing that's taking care of the incident. It's a tough job.
Until his crew shows up, all Ryan can do is hope that no one's inside.
I wasn't in a place to go and try and look if there's anyone in there. It was already kind of too far gone. It was already heavy into the cab. Tons of smoke would have been in the sleeper and heat. The biggest challenge is trying to figure out if somebody's inside or not. Until the truck can get there and get water, put on the fire, and get it knocked down, you don't know if anyone's inside.
In Canada, truck drivers are permitted to drive up to 13 hours in the course of a day. Rather than pay for a roadside motel, most drivers crawl behind their seats and catch some shut-eye in the sleeper compartment. Most long-haul sleepers are only 36 to 48 inches wide, and there's no fire exit, just a narrow passage between the two front seats.
If you're inside of your big truck, you probably don't have a smoke detector, and now you wake up from the noise or the sound or choking on the smoke, and now you've got this little tiny space to get out, and then you gotta go through the cab and get out the door of the cab. If there's a problem, it's super dangerous.
Within minutes, a crew of 5 is on scene in full bunker gear and ready for a first attack with a handline.
Anytime you go to a fire and you're not sure if there's someone inside, there's a sense of urgency. You want to try and get in and save them or help them.
Ryan orders his crew to approach the truck at an angle to minimize the chance of getting struck by exploding debris.
Coming at it kind of from the front corner just so we're not getting blown up by tires or anything like that.
Because of the heat, any number of components, from bumper shocks to struts, can become a threat to firefighters.
They're just gonna make sure no one's in there.
As the fire begins to subside, firefighters use a thermal imaging camera to search the smoking wreckage for the heat signature of a human body. Different materials absorb heat in different ways. The camera's infrared sensors can display the heat signature of a human body, in contrast to its environment.
Doesn't look like it. Okay.
We were able to confirm that no one was in there.
No one got hurt, but Ryan will need to come back in the morning to determine what caused the fire. "287 kilometers to the southwest, the familiar dispatch tones ring out at Fire Hall 12.
HQ, you are responding for a single vehicle rollover. Do you have any additional details on this call? Pickup truck, icy highways. Believe that the person is still inside the vehicle.
Weather day is really foggy, and it's -9, so the roads are covered in black ice.
Before becoming a firefighter, Chief Albert Barry worked as a paramedic for 25 years in Nova Scotia.
Dispatcher Delta 1. Roger on scene.
Copy on scene.
And he knows how important the first minutes are for a medical response.
The quicker we get to an incident, trauma, motor vehicle collision, and the quicker we get that patient to a hospital, the safer they are.
See pin between the ceiling and the seat, or?
A pickup truck skidded on black ice, rolled over, and landed on its roof,
Let's get this door off it.
pinning the driver inside.
They pull up vehicle upside down, the front of the vehicle crushed down. Nobody's moving around the vehicle. The doors are crushed down so you can't get out through the windows. Looked like a pretty horrific rollover and impact.
Grab the hydraulic spreaders.
Albert wants the heavy-duty hydraulic-powered extrication tools deployed right away. But the power unit starts to run rough. There's no time to troubleshoot, so Albert goes to Plan B, a battery-powered tool that can cut and pry open the door.
In a motor vehicle collision like this, the potential for injury is just astronomical. When we start to open doors, are we taking any of the structural integrity out of that vehicle? So each thing that we do, we have to make sure that we don't make that incident worse, so we don't cause any more stress to the vehicle.
The door gives in,
Okay, he's out. Dude, just stay there if you could till the paramedics have a look at you.
and now paramedics can get to work.
You want to come have a look?
Wiggle your toes for me. Perfect. So I'm gonna have to put a collar on you, okay? Just because of the mechanism of what happened. You rolled over, you're in there for a while.
EMS wants to err on the side of caution. That man rolled that vehicle over multiple times. He blew the front windshield out. He crushed his cab down, and his head was banging around inside that cab, and it landed upside down.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna get you on my board. I know it's not comfortable, okay? Unfortunately, you're gonna have to stay like this for a while until we get your x-rays and stuff done, okay?
Absolutely lucky to be alive. One of the coworkers that showed up on scene said they should have bought a lotto ticket. He was that lucky after that rollover.
Show patients now loaded with EMS in their ambulance. They're taking over patient care. We're packing up our equipment. We'll be returning momentarily.
A 1,000 kilometers to the southwest, in Port Alberni, BC. The town of 18,000 is at the bottom of a valley. And cold winter skies and falling temperatures keep the firefighters busy.
Typically, our winters are usually very wet. That's the time of year where we mostly get our chimney fire business.
Captain Randy Thone started his career in the Navy before joining the Port Alberni Fire Department 24 years ago.
Underneath, there's a little drop box for ash there.
Since then, he's seen enough chimney fires to know the damage they can do.
When a chimney fire happens, what's happening is the creosote, it ends up creating a plug, and then all those hot fire gases that are happening inside the chimney can't escape. And so if your chimney's got any defects in it, cracks, mortar that's let go, it's gonna exit literally like a flamethrower.
We're going to check for heat signature, any excess heat where the chimney passes up through the floor, up into the attic space.
Firefighters look for heat levels behind the walls with a thermal imaging camera.
It's a great tool to determine if we have any extension of fire without having to tear open walls and destroy the house, essentially.
Got another sweep upstairs here, and everything looks good there, Randy.
Roger, thank you. We have a possible natural gas leak coming in.
Roger, okay. Fire dispatch, Alberni Command, go ahead.
I have another call coming in for you on Margaret Street. possible natural gas leak.
Roger, fire dispatch, you can send that through to ladder 2. We'll come check it. That changes, you start to gear up for what's coming in. For myself, when I get into that mode, I'm a very direct person. Ryan, you gotta get back on the truck. On the truck! I'll save my please and thank yous for it afterwards, kind of thing.
The address is just a few blocks away.
At this point, I don't have much more information other than possibly the stove was left on. So it's gonna be right here, Jay.
It's an abandoned house. The type of place that's a death trap for firefighters. On Vancouver Island in British Columbia.
One guy, come with me, let's see what's going on.
Port Alberni firefighters respond to reports of a gas leak.
What's going on in the house?
Hissing sound?
You can hear a hissing sound?
Captain Randy Thone's first step is to assess the magnitude of the risk.
Natural gas leaks can be very serious. It can be quite catastrophic. A high-yield explosion is going to literally splinter the building into toothpick-sized pieces of wood. You're living in here?
No, I just store my camper here.
Is it the house or is it the camper that has the issue? The house, okay. And so is there anybody else inside the house right now?
Not that we know of.
Okay.
Randy quickly figures out that squatters used a gas stove to heat this abandoned house, and it's created an explosive fire hazard.
There's no hydro to the house, and they've been using the gas stove for heat. I have police on scene because it's probably a mischief matter with those two individuals.
The clock is running. What's the risk of fire or explosion? Are the neighbors in danger? And what's the risk to his firefighters?
This call has got a lot of weird things happening in it that aren't normal with a potential gas leak. We're just erring on the side of caution.
Randy's first task? Confirm the gas leak. Natural gas has no odor, so gas companies add a chemical called mercaptan, which smells like rotten eggs, to make it easier to detect.
We do have a smell of mercaptan coming out of the front door, so we're gonna take a line off the truck, keep it dry.
If an explosion or fire breaks out, Randy wants to be ready with enough water to fight the blaze. But he's working with a ladder truck, which only carries 400 gallons of water.
I know I've got a limited amount of water in the tank. I want the hydrant line connected, ready to go, because if there is a much graver situation happening, I want to be able to manage it properly right off the bat.
If things go south, Randy wants a hydrant hooked up for a limitless supply of water.
We're just getting all of our hoses set up. In the event that it sparks, then we want to be ready.
So let's go around to the back, and if you can locate the meter, we're going to shut it off. Let's block the road off, one house down.
Randy closes the street to traffic, while he and his crew alert the neighbors to stay indoors.
Okay, so we're going to use the sniffer, and I'll have you guys go in and just verify if there's any readings, okay?
The sniffer is the nickname for the gas detector, and that's what they'll use to sweep the interior of the house. This sniffer tests for 4 types of gases: oxygen, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and explosive gases like propane or natural gas.
119 command, go ahead.
Yeah, we've located the gas meter here at the rear of the house, and we're just blocking it off here now.
The exterior gas valve is shut down.
Once we shut the gas meter off, we basically have put a stop on how much gas is available.
The street and neighbors are secured, but Randy still has no idea how much gas has collected inside the house.
As you clear each floor, give me that update, please.
So he takes a calculated risk to send 2 firefighters inside the structure to measure the gas levels. 1,400 kilometers back up north in Slave Lake, Alberta, a raging fire spread through the cab and sleeper compartment of an 18-wheeler. And now that it's cooled off, Lieutenant Ryan Coots is here to do a preliminary investigation. In vehicle fires, investigators look for any kind of tampering with the electrical, fuel, or ignition systems.
Yeah, I parked it right here last night or yesterday.
The truck driver brought the truck in for a minor repair, but was told it wouldn't be ready until the next day.
I was gonna sleep in there this night.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This was a close call, even by Fire Chief Jamie Coots' standards.
The guy had every plan to sleep inside the sleeper. If they would have had the part and they fixed it, he was gonna get a few hours of sleep and head right back to work.
You know, if I would have been in there, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be dead. And so yeah, it was a strange feeling.
Captain David Perkinson is in charge of the investigation and quickly identifies the cause of the fire. Electrical wires in contact with a severely burned fuel line.
And we've seen this similar problem with the CAN engine before, where wiring around the computer shorts out, and then what happens is it just burns a little bit inside the wiring and gets super hot. In this case, it looks like it might have burned through the fuel line. How many miles are on it?
1.2. I believe 1.2 million. It would have been in my logbook, but it's in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we can dig it out right now.
A semi-truck runs for 1 million miles on average. That's about 1,600,000 kilometers. But this one has reached the end of the line. 1,400 kilometers due west in Port Alberni, British Columbia.
Good man, I'm gonna read there for a second there.
2 firefighters, each equipped with a self-contained breathing apparatus, are searching for the presence of explosive gases.
Do a sweep with the gas detector just to ensure that we don't have any accumulations of gas anywhere in the home.
Zero readings, though, eh?
Command 119.
119 command.
No readings yet.
Everything seems clear. Now we're proceeding to the second floor.
Roger, copy.
So far, so good, eh?
Since the exterior valve has been closed, gas is no longer detectable on the first floor. But as the search continues upstairs,
You hear that?
they discover they are not alone.
Sounded like a rat or something running around in here. Did you hear that? No, well, I don't know. I didn't see it, but in the corner here, it was like, like creepy, eh?
The good news is the second floor shows no signs of explosive gas fumes. But the condition of the interior suggests the firefighters have stumbled on a drug house.
This is horrible. I've seen some messy joints, but that's got to be up there, one of the top, I would say.
It's horrible in there. A real mess, really run down. Yeah, it was quite a hazardous environment.
Old food, old toiletries,
Drug paraphernalia.
drug stuff.
But that's part of the issues with the substance abuse, and you know, we're no stranger here to it either, unfortunately.
Back up north in Slave Lake, Alberta.
Neighbors are phoning in that smoke is coming from a mobile home.
A mobile home fire in a residential neighborhood has firefighters on the move.
This street has half houses and half mobile homes, and anything that's going to be in an area where there's mobile homes is going to be a scary one for us, though they burn quick and they spread to other ones, so you want to get there fast.
The smoke was coming from the chimney as well as other areas of the home.
Duty officer Johan Vandernest is already on scene.
We've got a working fire here. Nobody is inside the structure.
RCMP take down the door, confirm that there was nobody in the house.
But there's definitely a working fire here.
There might be nobody home.
161, I'm parked right at the hydrant here.
Bro, Connor, grab that highball, grab that hydrant.
But aside from putting out the mobile home fire, Jamie's worried about the homes next door.
In our area, the wind blows all the time. And so the wind blows this big fire to the neighbors, whether it's the porch, the outside, or actually into the next trailer.
Coming down.
And he wants water on that fire. Now. Slave Lake firefighters get ready to combat a mobile home fire in a densely populated development.
Let's get the CPI'd up so you can go.
And Chief Jamie Coots is worried it might spread from one home to another, or even across the entire neighborhood.
In my career, I've seen it where 2 or 3 go up at once. When we get there, we know it's going to be a big fire, it's going to be a problem, and we got to hit it fast and hard.
You got what? Send it. Here you go, Adam!
Now that they've got the engine truck hooked up to a hydrant, they'll be able to feed the ladder truck, which just showed up.
She's going though. It's definitely like a Hummer. She's going in the roof, so I'd get your cannon up pointed too, just in case.
With the water cannon mounted at the top of the ladder, and the ladder extended to its full reach, they'll be able to protect the surrounding homes.
As long as it doesn't get to that guy's house or this guy's house, that's really all that's doing, right? The ladder truck can really put up a wall of water and stop the fire from moving from one place to another.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
Slave Lake's 2 most seasoned volunteers are sent in to track the source of the fire. Volunteers spend many hours training for the real thing.
Okay, and as we go in, guys, we'll put our air on.
We're very lucky. We have a live fire training center, so we're able to simulate all kinds of fires.
All kinds of fires for all kinds of firefighters. Young, old, male and female, most of whom are volunteers with regular jobs.
So in this situation, we'd be on the ground on our hands and knees searching.
By the time any of our people ever get into a real house fire, people are calm, and that all relates back to having the proper training.
And one of the most important things every firefighter needs to learn is knowing when to back off.
No hands! I can't even get an interior. Garbage from one end of it to another. I can barely get inside the door.
57-year-old Paul McGrath has been a volunteer of the Rural Fire Service for over 2 decades, and he's decided to call off the interior attack.
We had flame on the floor to our left, but there was so much debris around there that we couldn't really make entry any more than 10 feet.
We do have fire in the ceiling, halfway through, but we got so much debris everywhere, we can barely get inside the door.
If they can't attack the fire from the inside, they'll have to find another way to kill it from the outside, before the remaining structure collapses and a fresh wind can rekindle the flames.
We're gonna have to fight this fire a different way, so pull back and do it smart.
287 kilometers to the south, in Edson, Alberta.
HQ, you were responding to reports of a single vehicle MVC.
The frozen highways of Yellowhead County keep firefighters on high alert.
What do you have for details?
Semi versus deer with fluid leaking.
It's that time of the night when the wildlife is out.
Animal strikes on our roads are a huge hazard. Late fall, early winter, we seem to get a lot of animal strikes.
We got a semi pulled off to the side of the road, not blocking traffic. We're gonna go mobile, check these out.
There's no doubt the truck hit something.
Did he hit a moose or a deer? It's been some size deer. Holy moly. When I looked at the front of the semi, I looked at it as, wow, that's not a deer. That's either a moose, an elk, or, God forbid, a horse. At some point in the conversation, he pulled it out and said, well, I walked back and I got a picture of it.
I hit an elk. Oh, not a deer? No, that's not a deer. That's a big one. I'm gonna say, a deer will make damage like that in a second.
Just deer across elk. Yeah, elk across the highway, and I'm coming that way. Just he's in the middle of the road, so I just hit.
It's damage in front of the grill and the radiator, so we got leaking rad fluid on the ground. Put some pads down, hooked up that rad fluid.
Yeah, scary. Everything because I have a flat belt. I suddenly push the brake, and the load I secure properly. That's why it's not moving.
He had to apply his brakes very quickly because something veered out in front of him. And if those loads aren't secured and you jam your brakes on, they're coming directly through the cab of that vehicle. But he had it strapped down well enough that there wasn't a bit of movement in that load at all.
Hey, you guys answer that call and clear me off. It wasn't actually an elk that they hit, not a deer.
That's copy, thank you.
Back up north in the town of Slave Lake.
Holy okay.
A mobile home in a crowded residential neighborhood is going up in smoke.
We got heavy smoke coming out of the attic space, so she's definitely buried in the attic there.
Lieutenant Patrick McConnell circles the trailer, searching for a way to get at the fire.
Charlie, Delta corner looks hot.
That's starting to get pretty dark, eh?
Dark smoke indicates the fire is volatile and intensifying.
Connor, come here. We're gonna open this up right here. You're on this, get on there. I'm gonna get a pipe full.
Last year, Patrick dealt with a similar fire burning under the roof of another trailer home.
We got a problem happening here.
Looking at smoke color, that can tell you a lot about what the fire's doing.
When first heated, all solid materials emit white smoke, which is mostly moisture. As materials get hotter, the smoke turns black and can ignite.
We're gonna open it up right here.
Patrick volunteered at 16, and now he's got about a decade's worth of experience.
You gotta be able to make decisions on the fly with the information that you have. And you go with the decision until it's the wrong one, and then you change it to make it the right one if you need to.
Are you ready?
Patrick knows his only chance to kill this fire is to stage his attack from outside the house. He's fought enough fires to know if he goes inside, he might never come out.
This is gonna grow fast, Connor. Get water on it. Okay, what I need, right here. Stand here, bank it off the peak of the roof and down the trail. I want distance. In, back and forth. Stand the whole thing, back and forth. Scott, there. Take this, get rid of the rest of that vinyl.
Patrick's got to find a way to get enough water into the house, where the fire is the hottest, inside the attic space.
Patrick's job is to take care of the exterior.
Okay, so they're just grabbing a roof ladder so we can get in the gable end and just hump water down the end.
So he just starts to spray water deep into the attic and start to attack the fire.
Just try and get it down there as far as you can. They figured it was middle of the trailer or farther back.
When you have these experienced guys working these fires, we take away the fire's ability to decide, and we start to decide how this fire's gonna go out.
Patrick is on a roll.
Somebody not doing anything, grab a pike pole, come with me.
He's gonna surround the fire and hit it from all sides.
Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on this end. We'll send you up the hose and you can just spray down there.
From the outside, it looks like Patrick's got the fire under control. But now they have to get inside to confirm.
Oh. This is insane, boys.
The only thing worse than being blinded by heavy smoke inside a burning building is being blinded by smoke in a burning building booby-trapped with piles of junk that block the exit routes.
This is boys.
In Northern Alberta, the source of a mobile home fire is buried inside the structure.
This is insane, boys.
But piles of junk make it impossible to access.
What's the plan here, boys?
There's heavy contents right at the front entrance, right in the living room and the kitchen where we were trying to originally go in. So the guys just went around to the back where there wasn't as much contents and made some new doors, and away we went.
Cut these off here, watch out, buddy.
Remove the material, right? Make a path.
1, 2, 3.
It's labor intensive, but it has to get done.
Okay, so we start pulling ceiling or what?
Pulling the ceiling down inside of a building, it's a tough, thankless job.
Yeah, careful, there's lots of water up there.
You know, it's hard work, it's hot, and so if we don't take those firefighters out of that environment and put them in a nice safe one and kind of test them and make sure they're okay, we put them at greater risk for having some kind of a medical emergency on the scene.
Once every firefighter emptied one tank, they have to come to rehab, and their vital signs are monitored. Creates for a safer environment for our firefighters.
One of the leading causes of firefighter deaths is from overexertion and dehydration while we're on these scenes.
57-year-old volunteer Paul McGrath has been ordered off the job for a test of his vital signs.
Yeah, you haven't come down at all, so.
Okay, I'll sit.
What's that, Captain?
Oh, my heart rate is still elevated, so I gotta sit. It's a good idea to sit. I don't want to sit, but it is what it is. I just gotta get my blood pressure and the heart rate down, and I can go back again. Oh, guy problem.
1,400 kilometers southwest on Vancouver Island.
Port Alberni duty crew investigation for black smoke.
Port Alberni firefighters are looking into a report of smoke on one of the city's hiking trails.
We found the source of the fire here, some burning tires up on one of the trails here.
Captain Ed Francoeur finds the source of the smoke and suspects someone tried to keep warm in the damp and cold winter night.
I know people are trying to stay warm and stuff, but to burn tires and stuff, it just makes a big mess. Alberni 1 from command. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to stretch out a hand line. It's gonna be probably about 400 yards long.
It's a small fire, but it's going to take a lot of hose to get water to it.
I've got 100 feet on my shoulder, and they're going to put another 100 feet on Firefighter 2, and then we're going to stretch the line down.
Brent hauls a 1.5 diameter of single-ply forestry hose. And with about 1,200 feet on the truck, he's got more than enough to reach the fire.
Engine 1, you can charge the line. Okay, charging the line.
The flames have died out, but the embers need a good soaking to make sure the fire doesn't rekindle after they leave.
We're extinguished, and we'll start taking this apart.
Roger, shutting down. Pretty minor fire, but still something that has to be put out. The not so fun part of the fire, cleanup.
After every fire, big or small, firefighters have to drain all the hose and wash it, every last inch of it.
This is our hose washing machine. We just put the hose through it, pulls it through with the pressure, and it washes any loose particles off the hose, and then we're gonna hang it in the tower to dry. This is our tower here. Now we've got one guy up on top of the tower where the hooks are. We've got our other firefighter down below here. He's gonna hoist the hose up, and we'll hook the hose onto the hooks, and it'll sit there and dry for a couple of days.
40 years ago, the outer jacket of hose was made of cotton and would turn moldy and rot if not properly maintained. Today, synthetic materials prevent mold and dry faster. But hose still needs to be carefully maintained and tested, because someone's life might depend on it. Back in Slave Lake in Northern Alberta,
You gotta get that ceiling down.
Lieutenant Pat McConnell and his crew did everything they could from the outside.
I'm gonna go play.
And now, he's about to get dirty.
Show some boys how to take a roof out properly.
They still have a hot spot around the furnace there that they're trying to knock down.
Oh yeah, look at this guy.
You can still see the steam coming off, so there's quite a bit of heat still there.
Probably the last one, watch out. Yeah! Woo! I love it. I think we just got it. We're gonna finish mopping it up, but we just got it here, found a hottie.
All night, Chief's been hearing what a mess it is inside.
Oh, mess.
Now he's finding out for himself.
Oh, that is you guys. Oh, don't roll the freezer. Oh.
Yep, it looks good.
Now that the job's done, they can head home.
Jamie, thanks for your help.
Captain Johan Vandernest has been a volunteer for many years, but this is the first time he's been in charge of a structure fire as a duty officer.
Right, those little things with much appreciated.
This was a good learning one, actually.
Yeah, it's a good one, I think. Yep, no, it looked good.
In this particular case, we heard early that there's no one inside, so it's just putting out a fire. Everyone here knows how to put out a fire, so hey, give them enough space to just kind of do their thing.
Dispatch, Slave Lake Duty Officer. Call the fire extinguished at this location.
Copy, the fire is extinguished.
Swift Current is the 5th largest city in Saskatchewan. And some of the neighborhoods are densely populated with multi-level apartment buildings. And that calls for a tough brand of urban firefighting training called fireground survival.
You basically got separated from your crew. You just fell through a floor just now. What are you gonna do? Come on, Mayday. Let's go. Let's go.
Captain Rod Smith is testing Swift Current firefighter strength, endurance, and mental grit.
You gotta get out of here.
Rod has been part of the Swift Current Fire Department for over 30 years, and he's not going anywhere. It's when he's with his crew that he's at his best.
Come on, let's go.
I'd rather be there doing it than just telling people what to do.
Rod is teaching survival skills for firefighters.
Now you're gonna have to move. You can taste the smoke. Let's go. Go, go. You need to rock.
And aspiring captain, Trevor Braun, is learning the hard way.
And go through the first obstacle. It's a difficult obstacle to get through. You had to take your BA off.
There you go, buddy. Come on, let's go.
You take something to the point where you literally are trying to make somebody crush, to snap them, right? To get them lost and see what they do.
Today's lesson, how to feel your way out of a burning building by following a hose line. When Trevor finds the hose coupling, he'll know which way is out.
You gotta remember, you're wearing a lot of gear. You're gonna try and do that with very low visibility. It's not that easy.
Found the first loop in the hose in there and found the first coupling.
In some hauls, this technique is known as smooth bump bump to the pump. The ends of fire hoses have threaded couplings, male and female. The bolt at the end of the female coupling has a smooth surface, and then a bump. On the male side, there's just the bump. If Trevor follows the hose past the coupling, he'll make it outside.
Make sure you know, Trevor. Be damn sure. Do not second guess it. Make sure.
Trevor misreads the hose coupling and doesn't realize that he's now crawling back inside the burning building.
Went back through that difficult obstacle. In my frustration, probably said some words that aren't totally appropriate for recording, but whatever. Very frustrated because of a simple mistake that I clearly should have known and slowed me down significantly.
I'm looking for a guy just not to quit. Because if a guy quits on you, you ask anybody in the fire industry, is that somebody you want to work with? He does not quit. I know he's darn tired, though. Don't quit. Keep going hard. You're done. You're done. You did it.
I'm not happy. I'm disappointed, Rod.
Well, you know what? You actually did good. I mean, you figured it out.
When guys are challenged and they feel like they've conquered something, they'll come away from that saying, you know, I'm very glad we did it, right? So, you know, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger.
At the end of this drill, you might be embarrassed because you made a mistake, but you remember.
Back up north in Slave Lake, Lieutenant Ryan Coote stops by to check on the burned mobile home before the insurance adjuster arrives.
Came to put up some tape, make sure that everyone stays out until insurance gets a chance to come look at it. It was tough for us to getting around with some of the stuff that's in here.
With all the junk and clutter, firefighters have yet to determine how the fire started and if it is a case of arson. In Slave Lake, Lieutenant Ryan Coote returns to the scene of a suspicious fire.
Ooh.
His search for the cause of the fire and for any telltale signs of arson begins by determining the origin and the path the fire took as it raced through the house.
You can see there's a separation here, right? So over here, the trusses are still intact. On this side, the trusses are actually gone completely out of that one piece of the roof. So I think it went up through this wall and then got into the roof on the far side. And they were ripping roof down on this side and they couldn't get to the fire. And it's because of this separation, the fire was actually in that side of the roof.
By following the fire's progress in reverse, the fire's tracks lead Ryan to the area where it may have started.
This is the furnace where we think it started, right? There's some melted pieces there. Lots of burnt material right here. And then as you kind of follow up, right, this is charred right down.
On closer look, Ryan finds no evidence of foul play. No dark stains in the wood floor that might suggest the use of an accelerant, like gasoline.
You know, there's no accelerant or anything on the floor, anywhere in the area of where we think the fire started, so we're ruling out arson to the best of our abilities. We're thinking maybe the power got turned back on and the furnace either just overheated or short circuit, whatever, something electrical in that area.
Over 900 kilometers down south in Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
You're going to jump out of this window, but you're going to hang your body below this sill plate.
Captain Rod Smith is leading his crew through a scenario inspired by a real-life event, now remembered as Black Sunday.
Black Sunday 2005 was probably the catalyst that brought the first part of fireground survival together, as I've been told.
6 firemen were battling a blaze on the 4th floor of a Bronx tenement building when they became trapped. This is the audio recording captured during the event.
Mayday, mayday, mayday! Latitude 7, mayday! You gotta get a hold of the roof before the sheriff goes down every everybody.
So just imagine yourself in this scenario. You can't go backwards, your gear's starting to burn, fire's flashing over your head, and you're looking down 40 feet onto a cement sidewalk.
Mayday, mayday, 5-6. Hands down, fellas. Mayday, close it down in the rear. Don't fire it down in the rear.
All 6 jumped out of the window. 2 died, 4 survived.
I mean, this is dire straits. There is nothing left that you can do. The very least you could do is hang out of that window so that you will not burn your torso and your body. How strong do you think you are to hang out that window? How long could you hang?
I'm not sure.
That's the point. We're gonna test it for a minute once you get all your full gear and beyond. And a minute seems like, what's a minute, right? Let me tell you, you'll be shaking because it isn't that easy.
If you can hang there for, 30 seconds to a minute, or maybe it might even be 5 minutes while a ladder's being retrieved, that's the goal of this.
Jerry, call it, let's go.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Go for mayday. Time.
The first Fireground Survival Training Program came out 2 short years after Black Sunday, and now it's widely used around the world.
Black Sunday was the thing, when you kill a multitude of firefighters, it gets people's attention. It gets the whole industry's attention.
Is that good? Jerry, hang. Don't lose it.
25 seconds.
Okay, 25 seconds, you're not even half.
You've got approximately 50 pounds of extra gear on you. You want to let go, but you just have to block it in your mind and keep going and forget about it.
What it does is it basically empowers you to do everything you can possibly do to save your lives. And I, without a doubt, know it's saved lives.
How are you feeling?
Hopefully we never have to use it here, but globally, I know it has.
Could you do that for 3 to 5 minutes if you had to?
Only if my life depended on it.
You don't think hanging for a minute would be that tricky, but it sure is. And I imagine if it was life and death, you'd have a little more gas in the tank, but by a minute, we were shaking like leaves trying to hold on. And I hope I'm never, ever in the scenario where I have to hang out of a window for a minute, but I guess at least now I know I could do it.
Good job. Awesome, Jerry.
I want them to come out of here beat. I want them to come out of there and go, I hope that never happens to me, but thank goodness we took this training.
I want both of these hose lines extended.
Next time on Hellfire Heroes.
Make sure that no one goes inside.
A trailer goes up in flames in Slave Lake.
Hey!
Okay, get the truck in there and just place this dash up.
It's a day from hell in Port Alberni.
As long as his legs aren't pinned in there. Is he gonna be pinned or is he gonna come?
Vitals in.
And a training exercise goes south in Saskatchewan.